Welcome to the Power Packed Podcast. Please be quiet and courteous and silence your cell phones now. Be sure to grab some snacks and concessions, located in the lobby. And now our feature presentation. Prepare for butter.
Time, wondering if maybe I'm losing my mind. Stepping out to the rising enemy, or maybe I'm going out to sea. Maybe you should know by now. When I get back, everything will be alright. Seems like I'm out to sea every single night. I hope this old boat will stay afloat as we go.
I hope this old boat will stay afloat as we go.
Whoa, I don't maybe you sink or swim. Oh, I don't mind. Maybe you sink or swim. Oh, I don't mind. Maybe you sink or swim.
Ooh, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in St. Louis and Seattle. And won't you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my podcast partner?
I will be that. And I'll be your little choo-choo train that goes on the track and stops at the shoulder of Mr. Joshers. And doesn't the choo-choo train deliver the mail, or is that the lady from the castle?
I think that's a good question. It's been a hot minute since I've watched Mr. Rogers, but I think it was the train. I feel like, he comes in, he puts on the cardigan, he puts on like the shoes or changes them or whatever, and then the train comes in. And then the train rolls in, and I think that brings the mail. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Well, I don't have a segue for this, but we are the Power Pack Podcast, a podcast featuring two dudes and a dog that decides to go to the bathroom just as the podcast starts, so I have to get up and let her out right now. Oh. And one friendship.
Oh, yes. Our podcast it's a special place. And I was talking to John about this before, and I say it almost every week, but this is episode 99, big one. That means there has been 99 times where we have, again, sat down, plugged in our audio interfaces, plugged in our microphones, pressed record, and just kept talking about stuff. I think that's the best part is I think it was Kyle McCracken who said, wow, I can't believe that they're still talking about stuff. So yeah, that's what we're doing here, almost 99 times later, and we are that's where we are, right here.
Here. I don't know what you said, but I bet it was amazing.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I was just talking about 99 episodes, and I also feel weird because I have a different setup right now. I have my microphone's on a stand, so I'm standing, but I'm facing my window, and I feel like everybody who walks by can see me just like staring out, and I don't want to seem creepy. I'm just recording podcasts, so I don't know. We'll see.
Is it as awkward as having a window in your bathroom, or maybe?
I hate that. Do you guys have that right now?
I'm trying to think. I don't think we do. No. Well, maybe it's like an upper window where it's like high up sort of a thing, but it's not like a full-blown window. Well,
I can think of a particular place, and I'm glad that's not the case, because I can't remember what place it was, but the window was like, it was right above the toilet, but it was, for guys, unless, I don't know. Like when you go to the bathroom, you're standing up for the most part, and let's just say the window was at the perfect range for, just that. So it was like an Airbnb, and it didn't have blinds or anything. So it's like, what do you do?
You know what they did? They probably owned that house and the house next to it.
I was almost thinking you're gonna say that, where they're like, yeah, there we go.
There we go.
They're
pay what you want, but I'm getting what I want every time.
Yeah. I was wondering why there was a telescope in the window directly across from the bathroom, but that makes sense now. They're not stargazers; they're just perverts.
Well, you're a star in their eyes.
Oh, that's true. Well, thanks, John. And Yeah, that's good to know. I mean, it stinks. Like, why do people, like, it's like, do they truly have ulterior motives, or was that just like they were being lazy and didn't add the curtain? But I think it's just courteous, no pun intended, to put a curtain up. So I'm just gonna say that. Yeah, thank you.
Well, speaking of perverts, I I solved a mystery this week during Thanksgiving.
Ooh, a mystery, huh?
Yeah, so when I buy pants, I get the same Levi's 505s, 36 waist, 'cause I'm
Classic.
tall. And then 34 length, right?
Mm-hmm.
I try them on at the store. They fit just the way I want every time. A year goes by, I start getting uncomfortable. It hurts to like put phones and wallets in my pockets. It like, and it's when you sit down, everything bunches up, and I can see like my ankles now. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? Like, why are my pants being all perverted and they're squeezing places on my body I don't want being squoze? And so, then I go, I'm like, okay, I guess I need new pants. And in my head, I'm like, why did I buy these pants so tight? And so I go and try on some Levi 505s, 36 waist, 34 length, and they fit perfect. And I'm like, okay, well, why did I buy these tighter? I don't know what happened. Whatever. This cycle goes on for years and years and years and years. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, these pants have to be shrinking. There's no other explanation. And all of Thanksgiving, I just wore shorts and sweatpants because I brought my pants on vacation, but I didn't wear them because I knew they were getting tight and uncomfortable. And I brought that up, and they're like, no, you're crazy. Your pants aren't shrinking. They only do that when you dry them the first time. I'm like, I don't think so. And I have the proof now. I have the evidence because we got some new pants in the mail. Levi's, 505s, 36 waist, 34 length. I put them on, and they fit perfectly. But this time, I remembered what it felt like last year when I tried on the same exact pants, and they were this fit. What I was wearing right now was what I wore a year ago. So I knew I didn't buy tight pants last year because I don't like tight pants, but apparently all my pants become perverts and squeeze everything.
Yeah.
So then I laid them on the floor, my brand new pants, and I grabbed my old current pants that I've been wearing, and I laid them on top. And I have this picture ready on podcast content. I don't know if you have that monitor set up.
Let me get that open.
Those two pairs of pants are Levi 505s, 36 waist, 34 length.
Let's see. Okay, I'm looking right now. So we got podcast content. Whoa.
Yeah. That's
What
at least
is going on?
That is at least 4, if not 5 inches off the length. And if you look at the width, that's at least 3 inches off the width.
Oh, okay. That's not right. That's weird. That's a lot of shrinking, because I thought Levi's pants, because they're like you can have them forever. I thought they didn't shrink, and that's like a cotton sweatshirt from Old Navy shrinkage right there. That's like
right. Like I knew pants shrunk maybe like the first time or two that you wash and dry them, but these pants aren't even a year old, I don't think, and it happens every year. I'm like, why are my pants getting so tight? I hate this. And then I buy new pants, and I think I'm going crazy because like, why did I buy pants this tight in the first place? But I didn't. I bought them normal, so now I'm never ever going to use a dryer again. And yes, to all you people who thought I was crazy, I have the visual proof that my pants have been shrinking for years.
Now that blows my mind. Just looking at this, I've just been staring at this picture as you've been talking about it, and it's crazy because that is a significant shrinkage, like you said. That is like multiple sizes down on both regards, and I could see how if you're normally wearing the bigger pair and you're completely comfortable, then how like uncomfortable that second one would be. Sorry, my dog's going crazy.
Because I get like a muffin top and everything, and I'm like, what is happening? Am I getting fat? Like, I think I'm just like bulging out. I'm like, all right, well, the next time I get pants, I try on the 38s, and I'm like, okay, these are clown pants. I can't wear these. What is happening? But here it is.
Man, I think what's really interesting is So have you tested washing them and then just like leaving them out to dry too, and then there was no change?
Well, with this pair, I'm not going to dry them at all in the dryer. I'm just going to hang them up because
hang dry. There you go.
Yeah, because even like pants that I have, the little pants on top, that even now when I wash them, and if I just like don't dry them all the way and I just pull them out and they're still damp, I'm like, well, screw it. I got to go to work. I'll put them on. They'll still be just muffin topping for sure.
Yeah.
I showed this picture to my buddy at work and he's like, those look like they could be your wife's pants. And I'm like, I know. They're so small.
Exactly. That is just significant shrinkage. And I think I guess my mind's blown that they would shrink so much, because I've done that with other clothes where, you know, you might have a sweater that you have to, you know, you wash, but then you air dry, you know, leave it up to dry or whatever. But Levi's jeans, that's just, they must have changed the formula or something, because that's not right.
Yeah, I don't know when this started, but I feel like I even remember in the Regal days. Do you remember Regal Friendship episode 1? I think I'm wearing like a green shirt or something. I don't know what I'm wearing, but I remember the pants feeling tight because I watched myself in that stupid video and I'm like, man, I remember how uncomfortable all of these scenes were because these pants are so tight, and like it's been a thing forever. And finally I was smart enough to save my old pants and compare and see that I'm not crazy.
Man, that's like almost a decade of pant shrinking, and it's crazy that it just hit. And I think, I mean, this is like scientific evidence right here. And I think what's crazy is that you've had this for so long. You're like, what the heck's going on? Whatever, I'll just get the new pants. And then you finally hit that point where you're like, okay, what is going on? And it's almost like a cold case, like a murder. Came back to it. You solved the mystery of the shrinking pants.
Yeah, it's like I was a victim of my pants. My pants kept saying, "It's not me, it's you, fatty. It's you, fatty." And they kept squeezing me and touching me. And I was like, "No, stop." And they're like, "No, shh. Stop being a fatty." And I was like, "Okay, I'll get new pants." And I was like, "It wasn't the pants." Or it was the pants. It wasn't me. It was the pants.
It was the pants this whole time. I imagine like a Family Guy cartoon where the pants at first, when you wear them, they're really nice. They're affirming. They're like, say nice things. Hey, you look great today. And then one day they're just like, they come out of the dryer and they're like, hey, you fat tub of lard, what are you doing? You know? And you're like, stop it. I'm trying to like hang out with my friends or make this video, you know, the Regal Friendship video. It's like, no, not today, tubbers. Like, stop it. And you like throw it into a pile, and then you get the new pants, and same cycle. They're nice. And then, you know, it's just, man, I'm sorry that you've been going through that for almost like a decade now, but I'm glad you have closure.
What are those things you put into shoes? You know, like dress shoes, they kind of keep the shape of the shoe.
Yeah. Like
I just need to buy some mannequin legs and just put those in my pants and keep them having to keep shape.
Can you imagine like coming home, you know, like Charlene's like just like, you know, making dinner or hanging out, watch TV, and you come in, you're like, look what I got. And you got just like the bottom half of a mannequin. You're like, and it's wearing your pants, and you're like, this is going to be perfect. They'll never shrink again. But at the same time, it's like, it sounds creepy, but it's very smart because you're saving money on pants by keeping the mannequin, you know, that. So if you put your money into it, and Levi's are kind of expensive. They're like $60 a pop or whatever. So if you even buy a mannequin for like $100 or $200, that's a couple pairs of pants.
Well, so I'm like, okay, I found some mannequin legs.
No. Your search history is just the Wild West. I love it.
So you can get female plastic mannequin leg for $110. It's just like the feet and the waist.
There you go.
And everything.
What about like can you get ones that are scale to you? So you know, like the 36, 34?
I don't know. That's a good question. I'm actually right now perusing the reviews because
make sure.
What I don't. who would buy this unless you're like a store?
I guess if you're not a store, if it's just somebody who collects them, that's just horrifying. I don't want to like even ever be in the same room as someone like that.
I don't. Why do they need to put nipples on this one? Like, just you don't have to.
On. It's not necessary, exactly.
Oh man, there's a foot. You could buy a foot for $25. A mannequin
25.
foot.
Okay.
It has a hook on it, so you could hang it in your closet.
That's fun. So you can just like, or you could bring it to work and like kind of mess with your coworkers, or, you should get that for your sister for Christmas. Just get her a mannequin foot. Just and don't say anything about it. Act like it's like a Nintendo Switch or something. Just be like, oh, I was thinking this would be a good gift for you.
I don't know if she would. Well, maybe she'd like it. I don't know. I'll get it. Put some camo socks on it. But I'm on page. I'm clicking on page 5, and there's no male. Oh, the first male mannequin showed up, and it's twice as much as a female. Weird. So out of 5 pages of mannequins, there's only one male. So we know that creeps are buying all these females up. That's the market.
So, yep, there you go. That's.
Oh, you could buy a female hip mannequin for like underwear modeling, $42. Inflatable legs. Why? There's so many inflatable legs. I don't understand.
So what is this on Amazon, or where are you finding this?
I'm on Amazon. I just typed in mannequin legs.
Oh, okay. So.
Oh, it auto-corrected to female. Okay, that's why I was getting female. That's okay. Got it. So it knows to autocorrect because it knows creeps are looking at this stuff.
They're like, we know what you're looking for.
Well, cool. I'm glad that this will be on my Amazon search history.
If it makes you feel better, there was, I think it was one time you sent me something for a rat costume, like a full-size adult rat costume, and it was in my like search history, and I think even Andrea saw it, and I'm pretty sure. It's just like, you just don't want to be that guy who's like, okay, I'm trying to buy a full-size rat costume.
Rat costumes, mannequin legs, and what is this guy doing? He's opening up a carnival or something. But how was the King Karsh's Thanksgiving? I know it's 2 weeks ago as of this post, but yeah.
Ah, thank you. Yeah, it's been a while. I'm glad we've continued to put these out regularly, and yeah, mine was good. Andrea and I made dinner for everyone because we both really like cooking, and it was funny though, and I want to get your thoughts on this too. So we were trying to, we like cooking a lot. We're trying to make it like a little more like, I don't know, like not like fancy Thanksgiving, but we're like making everything from scratch and stuff like that. But we did homemade stuffing, and we got the stuffing bread or whatever from, they have Hagen's up here, like the grocery store. Hagen's. And anyways, the homemade stuffing was really gross. It was like the only thing I didn't like. And then a few days later, I had Thanksgiving at my parents', and they made the box, like the stovetop stuffing, and oh my God, it was the best thing in the world. And so that's what my take is like. I don't know if because for me, my favorite Thanksgiving, I don't know, side or whatever is stuffing, but it has to be the stovetop, I've now realized.
Stovetop stuffing is fire.
Dude,
just
it's so good. Yeah. And it's funny, related to that, I watched the JJ I was going back, I haven't seen food reviews in a while, so I watched the Thanksgiving one, and of course it's just, super weird, but, because I think we do like stovetop ramen and stovetop stuffing, but anyways, I'm glad to hear your team stuffing, and yeah, it's just crazy. Certain things, how do I put this? It's like trying to make like a fancy Lunchable or a fancy Pop-Tart. It's not going to be good unless it's the garbage one. Like that's the only time it's actually good. But well, 2 questions. What's your favorite Thanksgiving food, and how was your Thanksgiving this year? The whip one.
I'm going to have to go with like the stuffing, or maybe like casserole type dishes. Like the green bean casserole is always good. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll go, I don't know, stuffing. I'll just go with stuffing because it's just, you can't lose with stuffing.
It's so good. It's like gelatinous and it's really salty and just tastes like chicken broth or beef broth or whatever flavor you get. I might just like go and maybe not tonight because I already like, we'll have an off to the trough later in the episode because I actually like made like prepped dinner for once, but I almost want to just go to the store and get a couple boxes of stovetop stuffing and make them and just eat them for dinner. They're that good.
Dude, I've done that, and what you could do since it's I don't know if you have leftovers because did you cook it at your place or somewhere else?
So we cooked it here, yeah, and we still kind of have leftovers, but I'm one of those people that I'm like really squeamish if something's in the fridge for even longer than a day. So
see, I get that after like a few days, like 4 or 5 days. I'm like, but I didn't. Okay, but I was gonna say if you get like tortillas. You could put that leftover stuffing on there, some turkey on top of some gravy. Got little turkey tacos. Yeah.
Oh, I never thought of making that. I really like that idea, like doing a burrito or a taco Thanksgiving, because I think that would be really good, especially if you like grill it up a little bit. And for the longest time, my sister-in-law, she would take the leftovers and put it in like a pie dish and bake it, and it was actually really good. So it's kind of like a Thanksgiving leftover casserole. And part 2 of that is, I haven't made it, but I've seen online where people make, it's like a Thanksgiving leftover, like I think calzone or empanada. You like put it in dough and then you bake it.
Ooh.
So that could be good too. So maybe next year we could try one of these innovative creations. I guess you could also make this food for Christmas, but you know, we'll have to get a little crazy.
You can make it for whatever time of season you want.
That's true. There was one year we made like a Thanksgiving dinner in like July or something just for fun. I was like, I want Thanksgiving dinner now. So
I want it now, and I want presents now because it's also Christmas dinner. And then for dessert, you can give me an Easter basket. It's called Josh Day.
Josh Day. We should have... maybe not Josh Day because that makes me sound like a narcissist, but more so like maybe like a JJ Fresh Day where it's like you can pick whatever holiday thing you want to do. You can get presents, you can get Easter eggs, you can light off fireworks in your house. Whatever
we
you
could
want.
call it, like when you get a fountain drink and you fill it with every flavor. It's called like a graveyard or whatever.
Graveyard Day.
So you have like, you dress up in a costume. There's a Halloween. Maybe you have like a Thanksgiving dinner, you exchange gifts, and the gifts have to be in an Easter basket. And maybe you just put a bunch of American flags everywhere, Veterans Day or something. Maybe the gifts are like patriotic related, like some combat boots or I don't know.
I was thinking like a bayonet or
some ammo.
Just a can of ammo, yeah. And you can't forget that you have to maybe incorporate St. Patrick's Day, so you got to do like make some soda bread or like drink some like Irish like liquor or something. And then last but not least, when the night is over, you go and light off fireworks. So it's the whole.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, that sounds pretty fun. So we should try that one year. What did you call it? So it's Graveyard Day. It sounds so morbid though. But it's But it's I don't know. But see, it's like it sounds really fun, and it sounds like you could do. You almost have to spread it out. It has to be like a multi-hour event because you're gonna have your Thanksgiving dinner and then you get the presents. I mean, I guess you could do it all in one evening for sure.
And you have to go trick or treating on Graveyard Day, even if no one else is celebrating.
So it's in like
go
May.
during dinner hour too.
Oh, dinner hour. So everyone's like hanging out and you're knocking on the door and you're full-grown man in like a pumpkin outfit. You're like, trick or treat, and they're like, what are you doing? And you're like, trick or treat.
It's like, we don't have candy. Like, oh, you can just, I see you got some dinner rolls over there. Give me one of those. Just like, they go to house asking for part of their dinner. I'll have a cut of salmon.
We should do that, and then you have a Ziploc bag, and they're just putting scoops of different food in the Ziploc bag, and then when you get home, you dump out the candy bag onto your pillow. You do that with like it's got like taco meat and like pasta sauce and dinner rolls, and you're like pieces of pie, and scoops of ice cream, and you're like, oh, check what I got. That's nasty. So gross. That's really gross. That's kind of, I don't know. I say this like every week, but I just want like a new episode of JJ Fresh Food Reviews. So whenever we hang out, we'll do something like that.
We need to do a Halloween episode where we go trick-or-treating, but we request like an ingredient from their cupboard, like a can of soup or a box of cereal or something. And at the end of the night, we take those ingredients and make a JJ Fresh meal.
Oh, that's a really good idea. I like that. Oh, and what we can do, that way people don't call the police, is we can go to some people's houses that we know. So we'll like put our outfits on, but we won't tell them, and we'll show up and be like, hey, we're making, Halloween for Graveyard Day. We're going to make JJ Fresh meal. And so they give us like, a scoop of sugar or like a can of corn or, and then we, like you said, make the meal. I like that.
Yeah. Cinco de Muerte or whatever that holiday is.
Yeah.
Morte. What's it called? Rick and Morty? Diablo Deos.
Cinco de Muerte, I think, means like 5 deaths. So maybe that's like the Spanish version of 5-finger death punch. Cinco de Muerte, and then it's just like.
What is, you know what I'm talking about, though, right? That holiday.
Day of the Dead, yeah.
Yeah, what's that in Spanish? Del Muerte.
Dia de Muerte, probably Dia de. I don't know. Multiple of my family members are fluent Spanish speakers, and if they hear this, they're gonna just like yell at me. But I think it's Dia de Muerte, day of. Maybe it's Del Muerte. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Something like that. I don't know. I've got the Spanish genes, but I don't speak Spanish very well. So
I got jeans for Pinocchio, little boy shorts, because they keep shrinking in the laundry.
John's Pinocchio shorts.
I'll be Pinocchio for Halloween. I already got half the outfit.
That's perfect. Just wear your jeans, and then that's perfect. Oh my gosh! Hey, what are you doing?
How would I make my nose look really long without it looking nasty and dirty? Like,
you could just, I'd say just get some like some marzipan or something that's like flesh colored, and then just make yourself like a little nose extension.
Or what if I just colored a carrot, painted it my skin color, and just tacked it on the end?
I think that too. You know how scary that would be if like a full-grown man with a flesh-colored carrot on their nose and 2 small pants like is knocking on their door at like 6 p.m. on a Thursday,
And I'll leave the leafy part on the butt of the carrot, and I'll just color that brown so it looks like a weird mustache.
Yeah, so that's perfect.
Yeah.
You sound like one of like Mario's like evil cousins. I feel like you're gonna look like them.
They call me Percarito or something. I don't know.
It's a me, a Percarito. And they're like, get off of my property now or I'm gonna call the police.
And I have a bag of mushrooms I bought at the grocery store, and I just throw them at people.
You're like, yahoo! And it's like hucking them at them.
And I have some prop boxes set in their driveway, so when I run away, I kick them and I draw little question marks on them.
And you got like live turtles that you're throwing, which is like, I think, kind of bad because they're endangered. Like turtle shell. I don't know.
And then maybe you're on a ladder and you're holding the marionette strings or whatever, and you're kind of controlling me like a puppet.
Oh, I could be Geppetto, so I could be like a creepy old
Josh
man.
Pedo.
Josh Pedo. I'd be like, I got my boy that I made out of wood.
Yeah, I'm Pinocchio.
You gotta do that voice too, just like really freak them out. And then I'm on like one of those rolling ladders, and I'm like that they have at the like Home Depot that they push.
You have a rolling ladder, and on the end with no wheels, you put it on a hoverboard. So you're just like zooming down the street, and I'm walking in front of it, and you're just like controlling my arms with this puppet
my God.
strings.
That would definitely get the cops called so quick. They would just be like, "Oh,
We
I
need
love
to
the
create this
hoverboard.
for a video.
This will be the music video for like one of the songs on the new album. Or I mean, I imagine after we're done with this album, we'll make a second one. So then we'll make a music video for Graveyard Day.
Graveyard Day, yeah, that'll be a song.
Graveyard Day. Speaking of not Graveyard Day, but a new album, I finally got Battery 4, and it's amazing. It's so good.
Wow, see, you're a tech baby, because I looked at reviews and I'm like, I wouldn't know how to set this up, but
Dude,
you
it
did
is.
it.
It's so confusing. It took me like a whole evening to just like, yeah, because you have to like route it. You have to like do weird routing things, and you have to have a MIDI keyboard. So I had to like, when I went down to Portland recently, I got my MIDI keyboard and brought it back up with me. And then you have to like route the channels, and it's just like really weird. But oh my gosh, the samples for the drums are just like, they sound like stuff that'd be on the radio. It's like really, really clean and just really professional sounding. So we're gonna make some really good stuff on the second record. I think the second one, I mean, I'm excited to release the first one, but the second one is gonna be
It's gonna be
some butter.
It's gonna be fresh. We already have some good song ideas. Don't we have? I know we have Pooh Bear, lumber in the suburbs, or whatever it was.
That'll be the next country song. Yeah, there's no lumber in the suburbs.
Means there's honey in the trees. We have that one written down, right? Bad Boys of Magic.
That
Oh yeah,
one's
no
good.
lumber
Bad
in the
Boys of
suburbs.
Magic. Yeah, and Bad Boys of Magic. There is, if you scroll down podcast notes, there's a bunch of songs. There's one about khaki pants. I really want to make that meat song that you have, where it's like, Baba, black sheep, have you any meat? Yes, sir, daddy's got to eat, or whatever.
That's definitely got to be. Yes.
That one's going to be on there. PETA's going to hate our guts, but I don't care. It's like the song, your lyrics on that are just way too funny, as always. And I think we can make something real good with that. It's going to be good.
And then, of course, we got the Ben and Jerry on my junk, ropes and chains in my trunk. Well,
That's really, that one, that'll be on the B side for sure. That one sounds a little dork.
definitely.
But yeah.
Are you ready to get on your hands and knees and tell me you love me in the Butterdome?
Yeah. Kind of wondering where you're going there, but yeah.
I was quoting Home Alone, but
Oh.
I guess I didn't do it right.
Welcome to the Butterdome. It's been a while since we've done one of these. I feel like we've been doing half-rat episodes, but this is a full-length episode, so
The
We're
Butterdome
here.
shrank so small I couldn't fit in it, but now it's here. It's back.
it's back again.
It's been like a month, hasn't it? Like we did three. They're not half rats. I guess they're third rats. We did 3 third rats.
Yep.
And I
then
can't
2
remember
half
if we
ones.
did half rats before, but it's been a while.
Yeah. It's
Too
been a
late
while.
to apologize.
We probably have some emails. I was going to ask related, because you're on the email account, I imagine. Did you ever get any other updates from our LARPing friends?
Just that one I sent you where they're like, "Oh, we don't see you in our directory, blah blah blah. If you wanna," they pretty much showed me what to do to get serious about it, and I got scared.
We'll revisit that eventually, but that'll be another realm. I don't know if I really want to join an online LARPing. It's different if it's in person, because it might be fun, kind of.
Well, I was going to the bathroom earlier, and I was watching LARPing videos on my phone. It's really, oh my gosh, I couldn't.
Dude, it's so ridiculous. I've seen videos of it too, and I've seen it in person, but not like on purpose. Like I said, I saw it at that park in Oregon City, and dude, they get really into it. They're like yelling out like spells and stuff, and they're like jumping over, like kind of doing parkour type stuff, and like rolling around, and like hitting each other with foam swords, and yeah, it makes me want to watch Role Models again, because that was like a really funny depiction of it.
How do you keep track of your stats? Like if someone casts like a spell that does damage, you like pretend you take the damage, but you just have a sheet you mark off. Okay, I took fireball damage, 12 points, or like how do you know when you die from a spell damage?
That's what I'm wondering, because when you're in the moment, for them, this is like their like adrenaline rush. They're in the moment. They're like, oh, I'm out on the plains and the Black Forest, and I'm gonna fight a dragon. And it's like, they're in that moment. But when you're out there doing combat, you got your foam sword and you're doing your thing. Like, how do you know that exact thing you're explaining? Like, do they write it down on a little cue card when they're laying on the ground, like after getting their head cut off? Like, what is the process? I
don't know. All I know though is that I want to be the dragon that they're fighting.
That would be fun. Dress up in like one of those inflatable dragon things and just like fight off people. And speaking of that, do we know anybody who LARPs? Because it'd be really fun to bring them on and ask them, because I've got questions. I've got a lot of questions about this, and I want answers.
I don't know anyone who LARPs, but if we find someone, I want to ask him if I dressed up as Barney and put these wings on my back, if I could be the fire-breathing dragon.
Oh, those wings are horrifying.
They look just I wish they would open, but I don't think they do.
I wish they would just, like, you could hit a button and they spring open like yeah, they look menacing for sure. That's a good way of putting it.
I want to go to a LARP session. You know how Comic-Con and stuff, those anime weird things, people dress up. Yeah. Like LARPing is just the costumes that didn't cut the mustard at Comic-Con. It's like, oh, yeah, I want to come into a LARP session with a full-on epic Comic-Con costume.
Ooh, yeah, you could just be like, dressed up as like Bugs Bunny or Master Chief, Darth Vader.
I'll be Bugs Bunny in a Master Chief costume, and it'll be like the end of a Scooby-Doo where I take off my helmet. It was Bugs Bunny the whole time.
Oh, gosh.
Gosh.
That's great. So you're Bugs Bunny's like out there just sniping those aliens.
And I'll have like a little tail on the outside of my armor. That's the only clue to my identity.
Oh, they're like, wait a second. I recognize that cottontail.
Yeah, so dumb. Okay, the dog is bringing the stupid bell again, so I'll let you spank and thank our Patreon supporters real quick.
Oh, spank and thank.
Spank and thank. Double dip them fries. In-N-Out burger. Speaking of which, I had that over Christmas break. All right, be right back.
I got to hear about that when you come back. I know he's letting his dog out to go to the bathroom. I have a lot of thoughts for a podcast poll, and I need to remind myself of this when John gets back, because I have a debate. It's kind of like North versus South, East versus West. Anyways, I'm going to thank Patreon supporters real quick. Thank you, Gary Bilson, Gary Graphics, and Crumb Baby. You guys are awesome. You keep donating for like $5 or whatever a month, and I appreciate that. Like, you have your money that you earn and you get taxes taken out, and you maybe contribute some to like a 401k or like a Roth IRA or something. And your other contribution is you're contributing into joy, into laughs and music and creativity. So thank you for doing your contribution. If you want to become a Patreon supporter, just head over to our Patreon page. It's I think it's Power Pack Podcast or something, or JJ Fresh. I don't know. I lost track. But I hear some shuffling, so I'm going to get John on here and get a podcast poll going for YouTube, because I've got one.
I'm going to dance all up on this poll. What do you got?
Okay, so I've got one, and we'll talk more about your burger hijinks. But I think we need to have a podcast poll to settle things because it's like a West Coast thing. I want a burger poll. Which one is the best? I want In-N-Out Burger on there. I want Burgerville, and I want Five Guys. There we go.
Okay. Well. Okay.
And I wonder if there's another one.
Poll 98. Okay, what was it again? What's it?
Actually, so we're gonna do In-N-Out Burger. It's the first one.
What's the best burger or what's the best restaurant?
Oh, what's the best burger?
Okay. Poll. All right. You got in dash out. And what was the other one?
Oh, Burgerville. Ooh. Let's just leave it at that because I want to do, it's kind of like California.
I'm going to add 2 more if that's okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Add some. What are some other ones you're thinking of?
So we got In-N-Out Burgerville. Have you had Whataburger?
I've never had Whataburger. Is that a Texas one?
The Texas one. And then Shake Shack. I think that's the one.
Oh, gotta have Shake Shack on there.
Is that
one is
or
important.
2?
It's 2, I believe.
Shake Shack. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm posting, and then we can talk about our answers after we select them.
Yeah, I need to find.
So podcast poll, the last one we did was 96. Have you eaten an owl before? 33% said yes, which they are liars, and then 67% said no. So 100% have not eaten an owl before.
Yeah, there's no way anybody who has like got onto YouTube and hit that has eaten an owl. That's just crazy.
Dude, I'm torn between 2 of these.
So I brought this up because I love In-N-Out Burger. I'm very basic. Every time I go to California, that's like an event. I gotta go get In-N-Out Burger. But now, moving to Seattle, we don't have any Burgervilles within like 2 hours of us. So anytime I go down to Portland now, for like work or visit family, I get Burgerville, and it's delicious. It's really good. And then I've never had Whataburger, so that one I have to eat and then I'll reassess. And then Shake Shack is just amazing. It's so good. So I need to think on these for a while. I can safely say that it's going to be one of those first 3 I mentioned, but I'm going to have to think about it because I don't know. Because if we're talking just the burger, that makes it a little bit easier, but at like an overall restaurant and like variety and stuff, there's a lot of, I'm going to have to think on this. But what about you? Do you have any thoughts just right off the bat?
Well, when we had In-N-Out, I thought it was good. I thought the buns were a little greasy. The fries, though, the animal style, were amazing. And I think I almost like those good fries better than the burger almost.
Yep. So good.
Burgerville, I feel like that's, if you're picking a character on Crash Team Racing, it's Crash Bandicoot. And all of the stats on Crash Bandicoot are just average across the board. It's a solid character. Mm-hmm. It doesn't excel in anything, but the burgers are good, the shakes are good, the fries are good. You're going to get good stuff when you go to Burgerville. So I think he's Crash Bandicoot over there. Whataburger, I had that, and I was like, oh my gosh. It's been so long since I had it, but the burger was just a nice, big size, and it was just full. And I was like, oh, this is so good. It was, I don't know, and it wasn't greasy. It was just a solid hamburger. And Shake Shack, oh my gosh. See, I'm torn. I want to change my vote almost. It's between Whataburger and Shake Shack.
Ooh, okay. For burger, right?
For burger.
Yeah. Man,
Shake Shack is just like, oh my goodness.
Shake Shack's burgers they're nuts. And do you have Shake Shack where you live or like near you?
There's 2 in our area. And every time I eat there, it's like my tongue turns into a little bed and the hamburger's like a little puppy snuggling on in. It's just like, wow. Oh, man.
I need to go to Shake. I didn't realize because there was never any the only time I'd ever tried it was in Vegas because my boss told me to go try it. And I went and I was like, this is the best thing I've ever had. And then I discovered there's actually a Shake Shack near me. There's like 3 of them in Seattle. So I need to go.
You need to do it.
I need to go do that. There's also a place I need to check out. It's called a Dick's Drive-In, and it's in Seattle. It's supposed to kind of be like Seattle's version of In-N-Out Burger. It looks really similar, so I got to go try that, and then I can add that to the list. But you bring up some good points. In-N-Out Burger, their burger is really good, but it is kind of greasy. But those animal fries are like just
I don't know what
ridiculous.
they do, but oh my gosh. And okay, so I've never used an air fryer, but the In-N-Out Burger was, I don't know, like maybe 10 minutes from the house. So by that time, the fries have kind of cooled down a little bit. I think my mom put not the animal style fries, just the normal fries in like the air fryer for a couple minutes. And oh my gosh, they were probably even better than when they were fresh out of the bag the first time. I was like, what the heck? How are these better now than they were when like fresh when we got them? It was crazy.
That's a life hack, man. That's a really good idea.
I was like, oh my goodness, these are so good.
Man. That is, I've never thought of doing that with like bringing the fries home, put in the air fryer, because the air fryer is great already, and especially those like In-N-Out Burger ones. And I was that when you were in Texas recently?
Yeah, I didn't know they had an In-N-Out Burger, but there's one right by the house we were staying in. I was like, what? I thought that was only California, but no, I guess I knew they went to Medford, but I didn't realize they went east as well. So
I didn't know that either. I thought just California up to like a year before you moved, they opened one, or like after you moved, they opened one in Kaiser, which is just north of Salem. And apparently there were like 3-hour long waits, like in the drive-through, stuff like that. Yeah, just like you would. I think Solid, that's like at the very high end, but I think Solid, all the people I've talked to who went there, it was like an hour. Oh, excuse me. It was like at least an hour, maybe hour and a half to go through the drive-through. And then I think going in person is different, but yeah, there's always long lines.
Okay, this might have been a fluke, but is In-N-Out, do they teach the Dutch Brothers ways?
You mean like, are they kind of like Dutch Brothers, like that model? Do they do that?
With their drive-through guy, yeah.
Yeah, they are like, so I would say they're somewhere comfortably in between Chick-fil-A and Dutch Bros with their like drive-through style. It's like, it's friendly, but it's too friendly. And it's like,
this guy was acting like he was trying to get discovered and put on TV or something. He was just so over the top. I was like, oh my gosh. He would say stuff like, when he'd hand us the first thing of burgers, he's like, here's your beef, chief. And he'd say stuff like, all right, guy, one more second. He's like, all right. He said something like, here's some fries for my guys. And I was just like, what the? Oh. He was like saying all these rhyming stuff. And he's like, you guys want some hats or some stickers? So yeah, you do. And he was just the most over the top person I've ever like seen at a drive-thru. It's like Dutch Bros on steroids. It was just unreal.
Well, I wonder if it's because they pay, like, for being fast food, they pay you like really well, like, and you get like all these benefits and stuff. I think like, I know if you're like a store manager for In-N-Out, you make like $150,000 plus a year or something crazy, like, or even more. It's crazy, yeah. And then working there, you make like, I don't know, like more than most places do for their fast food. So it's like, it's kind of, maybe that's the aspect. Maybe because he's eaten burgers, or maybe when they train them, they remember Stranger Things, like the mom of 11, where they did like the shock. They put the paddles in between her forehead, and the doctor guy's like, turn it up to 11, and they're like, but wait, he's like, do it, and then it's just like so maybe that's kind of like what they do, but I don't know, that seems a little bit ridiculous. I think here's your beef, chief is definitely it's like, that's funny, but at the same time you're like, dude, I just want to get my burger and go home and eat like the little piggy I am. Why
It was just like the way he was saying it too. He's like, how's your day? And we're like, good. He's like, how's yours? Oh, it's fantastic. It's always fantastic. Here's your beef, chief. And like, here's your fries, my guy. I'm like, oh my God. Here's your hats and stickers.
Just like crawls into your car and starts like
He starts
twitching.
like massaging your shoulders. I hope you have a good day.
Yeah, have a good day, and just like crawls on top of you. And
Oh, and then with the fries, he's like, here's your party fries. Like animal style for my party guys. Or he said something crazy like that.
So he's a Dr. Seuss character.
He's like, you party animals. It's like, because we got animal style fries. I was like, oh my God.
Dude, that's rough. That's like, I'm sorry you guys had to go through that. It's always like, you always feel a little bit weird when you go, like when you experience that. It's almost like you just like the feeling when you're going from the grocery store to your car and it's raining really hard and it's cold. It's kind of how you feel when after you talk to people like that. You're just like, oh, you just like kind of uncomfortable. You have to like shift around a little bit. Then once you dry off, you feel better. Yeah. You want to cover exactly like, wow.
Butterdome. Okay. We got one email. It's like 3 weeks old, but
Let's do it.
From Crumb. I was in a wedding recently, and the reception we danced. Oh, and at the reception we danced to Apple Bottom Jeans. And I was thinking of Tigger the whole time. It was great. I'll should do a soulful cover of that sometime. Crumb.
That's a great one. So we should do a cover of I think it's T-Pain, Get Low. Is it Get Low? Yeah.
Get Low, Sweet Chariot or something.
Yeah. So we'll cover that. That'd be kind of fun, actually, kind of just like super dumb, because I have Melodyne, so I could do the ridiculous T-Pain like auto-tune. Yeah, that'd be fun. I like that Crumb is like experiencing, and I'm sure you have similar things too, where so the JJ Fresh is kind of like it's like the central hub for all of our lives. It's like a spider web of sorts, and in the middle is big plump spider is JJ Fresh. And anyways, there's a lot of moments in my life where I'm doing something that's like not related to anything JJ Fresh or anything like that, and the references, they just like come in through there. Like I had I know I had the Sixth Heaven. I think I texted you this, but I was down in Portland over, I think it was for Thanksgiving or whenever last, but my brother and my mom were both like talking about Sixth Heaven, and they were like singing it and everything. It was like, it was a beautiful moment for sure.
Wow. That's weird that song is playing across the country and a family is singing it together.
Yeah, it's you're like sitting at home in St. Louis, and there's like a family talking and singing little bits of, well, it was Brody was singing it, and my mom's like, oh yeah, she loved it, because we grew up watching Seventh Heaven, and they're like, they just appreciated your lyrics and the twist, and I love that song. I need to listen to that again sometime soon. I love when he's screaming at his son in the middle, like the little like bridge. He's like, it's so good. We need more stuff like that. I know it's like it might get flagged, but for now it's a complete treasure that sits on YouTube untouched.
For now. Let's type it in. Let's see. We need to share this on your social medias, everyone. Go and share Sixth Heaven. Oh, it's not even the first one. See, we got to change that. Niniola has an album called Sixth Heaven. Niniola? Cool.
You know, it'd be weird if people were like, let's say your song's like a sleeper hit or whatever. Like, you don't know you post it, and then like a year later, maybe because of TikTok, other people are covering it. Can you imagine how weird, of all the songs you've ever made, can you imagine that one, someone else like recording a cover or like playing guitar and singing it? How weird that would be.
It's like some people are using it as auditions for like American Idol. What are you going to be singing today? I'll be singing Sixth Heaven by JJ Fresh.
You know what? That is a beautiful moment. If I were ever to feel like I made it, if I was watching like, I don't know, America's Got Talent or The Voice or American Idol, and they're like, okay, what song are you going to do? And they're like, and they say a JJ Fresh song. I'm going to be like, what the heck? I'm going to be sitting on my couch like, where's our royalty checks? What is going on here?
And it's just like so over the top, like seventh heaven now and down. It's just like terrible runs.
It's just like yeah, it's got the runs, and the judges are like they're like tearing up. They're like, we could tell that came from your heart, and we need you to go to Hollywood. And they get the sticker, and they're dancing and going outside and talking to Ryan Seacrest, and we're like, what the heck?
Oh, that's the dream right there.
That's the dream. Yep, I think that's if someone was like, and not even like my own music, I want it to be a JJ Fresh song. Like I want someone to be at American Idol and they're like, I'm going to be singing my rendition of Burger on the Beach by JJ Fresh. I'm like, what? So
sand in my patties, but it doesn't even matter.
Oh, they acapella rap the whole part and then they sing the hook. Oh man, that would be yeah.
Burgers
we should
on the beach.
I can't wait. I'm excited for this album to drop. I think it's almost done. I think we're getting close. I need I have my nice speakers from my studio I brought up, then they're sitting on my desk. So I've started I did the headphone mix. Now I'm working on the speaker mix. Now I got to go listen to my car afterwards, and then it'll be ready for your thoughts
Perfect.
and prayers.
So these are the new ones, right? The Elon and the Iltop, or is this everything?
This is like everything is what I'm doing the mix on, yeah.
And what do you want me to do with Elon? Is because that sounds like amazing the way it is. Like, did you want me to do something on it, or like leave it? Because it's a gem.
Oh, you're too kind. I mean, every JJ Fresh song has to have a little something, because it can't just be me. Then it's just Josh Karsh. So it needs some John Whip stuff. So I was thinking you could do like some either, because I love your chicken picking stuff like that, and like the country, even the country stuff you were doing on was it No Lumber in the Suburbs. So I think maybe adding a little like guitar thing. You could also there's like two choruses at the end, and it kind of repeats. You could do like a guitar solo at the end of like the last chorus or whatever, or just like play around with it.
Okay, I'll send you a draft of something and see if you like it.
That sounds good. Yeah, I like that idea. I think I sent over the chords and the BPMs or whatever. And then what was I gonna say? Oh, and then yeah, Iltop. That one's just your raps and then your guitar, like the dun 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 do 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 do. And then you have your chorus guitar too. Don't forget that. I love that. The ding ding ding. It like matches the vocals.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I love that. That one's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to that. Oh yeah. But yeah, if you send me that stuff, then I'll have 100% of all of the stuff. I love that we're talking about this on the podcast. People get to hear a little bit about it. I love that we plan stuff. And then
they tuned out by now. They ain't listening.
They dropped it already. So
yeah, they quit.
But yeah, anyways,
Kyle's like, I gotta study theology. Cody's like, I gotta take pictures of the forest, and Crumb is like, I gotta bake a pie or watch TV.
Yep. Everybody, only the true ones stay till the very last minute, and I think even you and I, as the creators of this, we probably don't even listen to the last minute, but maybe because we create it, so it's like, So, but yeah. Anyways, the album, it's coming up. It's very close. I'm excited for everyone to hear it. I was thinking about it. So we started making JJ Fresh music, I think like 2013-ish, 2014. And then some of these songs are like in between there. So it's definitely been a multi-year. It's been a very long time. So I think it's going to be like, what is it? There's this band MGMT. They worked on their first album like for like 7 years or something. And then it was awesome. So I'm hoping for that effect. But even if it's hot garbage, I'll be happy I just released another record. So
move over, Modest Mouse. Here comes JJ Fresh.
Yeah.
Or move over, Shine Down. Here we come. Get out of the way, sick puppies. Scoot your tushy, Hanson. What's that sound? What's that sound? 98 degrees, you hear that? We're coming for you. Ever heard of this good of a hook? Garth Brooks? No, you haven't. Get. Trying to think of one more band. One more band. Not Breaking Benjamin. They're too good.
How about Korn?
Korn, get out of here!
Thank you for tuning into our regularly scheduled program. Contact Josh and Jonathan at powerpackedpodcast@gmail.com. Support the show at patreon.com/powerpacked. See you next time, you dirty little rat babies.